thanks for sticking around on the SA Sports Show. Big program, Timmy. I love Rexy Voigt. I'm a Rexy Voigt fan.
I could go back to that era because, growing up watching SNFL in the 70s, it was everything.
Yes.
And I speak about it all the time where it was that rural village mentality, you take your supporters and you go down the bay and you might get beaten, you say, we'll get you at Alberton, and
exactly.
It was that village vibe that you got from anywhere you went.
Yes.
And I just loved it because all those grounds, of course, when they were packed with people, just gave it that real Coliseum feel.
Yeah, they did,
so I just absolutely loved it. I mean, I loved watching it and then I loved being a part of it.
Part of it as well, yeah. I couldn't agree more, mate. And Rexy Voigt, I can remember Rexy Voigt, so... I can always remember Rexy Voigt, but fantastic guy, and it was great to catch up with him. Now, mate, I've got to ask you a question. Where's our next tennis player coming from? Who is our next tennis player? Because I mean, Wimbledon's just done and dusted.
Yep.
Great win by Alcaraz. I'm glad he beat Djokovic.
Yep.
That's a changing of the guard, in my opinion. He's a gun,
he's
obviously. But where is our next male and female tennis player coming from? Because I'm scratching my head. I can't think of anyone. And I'll tell you what, not a lot of Australian people would have been watching Wimbledon.
Yeah, look, I think tennis in general, I think we probably get seduced. It started to change in the 80s when Europe took over and started play tennis.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we started to see, Bjorn Borg probably inspired a whole continent, didn't he, to start playing tennis. And the cool Swede against the brash American and, Ina Connors or McEnroe and the like. And you sort of went bang, and there was always sort of Aussies hanging around. But it definitely changed. Yeah. And now Europe and South America really do have dominant players in the comp. So it's really hard, again, funding it, getting the best out of them, you name it, and kids wanting to play. Yeah. Because it's an incredible commitment. We know that. And I think in recent times we've had Dimonor in the men's he just gives you everything he's got. He is a bit like Leighton Hewitt. Yeah. Leighton went all the way to the top of the tree. Yeah. Alex hasn't been able to do that just yet. Whether he can, he'll be doing it on heart. It won't be on weapons. He just doesn't have them.
Doesn't have the weapons.
And so Nick Kyrgios has the weapons. He's an incredible serve. I thought his year last year was excellent and losing the Wimbledon final, but I thought something had triggered in his head about, discipline, dedication, commitment, this is what it's going to be. Yeah. He's had a horror year with injury. Yeah. I think Nick's got to either get his body right, he seems to have got his mind right. For him, he's run out of time age-wise. Yeah. And on the female front, it's pretty thin.
It's barren.
Storm Hunter was involved in the women's doubles, but didn't get over the line there. But we're struggling a bit there. So it's a whole of country focus.
The struggle was Tony Jones was over there for 9, covering it, and after about the third night, he came on and was trying to convince me that
stay with it.
It's exciting. It's all happening. We've got Alex de Minaur and his girlfriend playing in the mixed doubles. Well, that'd be terrific. I can hardly wait for that one.
That's where we're all knocked out.
We're gone. That's right. And then there was a couple of maybe in the doubles or something that was still going around. But he was trying to convince me to watch more Wimbledon. Well, that wasn't going to happen.
And he's got to do that job. And sometimes
he does.
Sometimes it's a difficult job. Yeah. Sometimes we all get difficult jobs.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I do. I know exactly.
Can't work with everybody.
No, you can't work with everybody. No, very true.
Yeah, but it has been a battle for Australia for a while, and getting Leighton probably.
What's probably the last one?
Ash Barty, of course.
Oh, well,
dominated. Okay. She was fantastic, but she retired early.
And we need her back.
She was. I don't think she'll ever come back to the game.
Not now.
That was a pretty brave decision to go. I'm on top, and I'm going to bow out.
Pull the pin,
which was really interesting, and well done to her. So, but it was. You could see how enthused the country was when she was on top and winning. So,
and the only person disappointed was the boyfriend. She didn't go on. Yeah.
Was he?
Well, just more cash. Don't stop now. Don't stop.
Now, I meant to ask you, I haven't seen you since the Alex Carey Bairstow stumping.
Oh, yes.
you know, because I've read about you in the Boomer section this week.
In the Boomer?
Yeah, there was basically a complaint about you.
Another one. Another one.
About how you called him some name about his long hair or something when you were playing footy against him. But because
Really?
it was admiring the article about you and your brothers playing in the street and all that.
Yeah.
You were a fierce competitor.
Yes.
Would you, one, have attempted that stumping? Two, when you got it, what would you have told Johnny Bairstow?
This is a family program.
Sorry about that. Yes, we can't.
This is a family program. No, Bairstow was warned a couple of times.
Right.
And if you watch the Test match, he tried it on our players a couple of times.
Yep.
So it's karma.
You're saying all fair's in love and war.
Exactly right, mate.
Right.
And the law was, you know, Alex Carey just played by the rules.
What did you think of their captain then coming out and saying, you know, Ben Stokes saying they should have called him back?
I would say that's hypocritical, because if you watch England very closely over the last few years, they've done a couple of things that are extremely dodgy. I would have kept quiet if I was Stokes. I would have said, be quiet.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And as far as the other bloke, Ollie Robinson, who's now been zapped out of the side.
He's out.
Bowling his 120 kilometre-hour pancakes. He wouldn't have got me out at midnight, Ollie Robinson. No, honestly, you know, if you're going to shoot your mouth off, Timmy, as an opening bowler, seriously, mate, you could have some serious speed about you.
You got a lot of respect for bowlers.
I've got none.
I knew that.
You will think about it, mate. If you're a bowler, and look, I love bowlers.
No, you don't.
I love facing them. No, it's 40 degrees, and they're going up, they're getting the ball, walking back 20 metres or whatever, and come running in. They've got to do that 8 times or 6 times.
Yeah.
I'm standing there with a bit of wood in my hand.
Yeah.
Where would you rather be?
Yeah, and you just...
Exactly, mate, exactly. But anyway, Ollie, good luck, mate. You won't play another Test match, but you are a good talker. That's all we've got time for.
Bye-bye.
Thanks very much for joining us, Tim. I really appreciate it, mate, for filling in for the bald one. And we'll be back with more on the SA Sports Show next week. Hope you can join us then.